When you think about Intertech's innovative pursuits, what has been the driving force behind overcoming challenges along the way?
Well, we felt that we had to have an unwavering desire to change the way data centers were built. The data center industry is growing in leaps and bounds and has huge effects, good positive effects on the world, but it also has some significant negative effects along the way. And one of those effects is the amount of power and resources that are going into those data centers. It's almost unsustainable. So really our focus was, how do we affect real change, drive down the costs, the capital costs for a data center, but also drive down the use of power and natural resources in the data center.
Thomas Edison believed that innovation begins with a concept that's marketable and that makes consumers' lives better. How did your organization go from an idea to a market-ready solution?
So the way we went from an idea, a vision, if you will, Jacob Karnemark is really the visionary of our business. He came up with the vision, and then we put scientists, engineers, and builders to attack that idea and really figure out what the need was. And then once we went forward with it, I would say it was probably 90% builders that actually got it done. So it's a true collaboration of vision, the thinkers, and the actual builders to get things done.
And looking back, are there anything that you might have changed along the way?
Yes, it may have been much easier to take much smaller strides to affect change. We chose to go for the big all at once, and that may not have been the best course of action, but it turned out good for us anyway.
What is the most important lesson you've learned from pursuing new frontiers, and how do you try to pass that along?
It's very, very hard to get people and industries to change the way they conduct business. But first and foremost, what we learned is that ultimately people make the decision, and much of that decision is based on intellect. But equally important, you must garner trust from the people that have to make that decision to be first adopters with new technology.
What is the vision for Inertech for the future, and can you share anything you're working on?
So we are now laser focused on water consumption for data centers and other industries, huge industries that rely on water as well. Our cooling processes address that. But the other thing that we're really focused on is data centers have always been just a big draw on the power grid. We are working on systems and solutions to allow data centers to be more capacitive so that they can actually assist the grid with standby power.
Who has inspired you along the way, and what have you learned from that person?
Well, obviously, Thomas Edison created a tremendous amount of inspiration. A lot of the builders over the years, because I get my inspiration from not only the visionaries, the thinkers, but I also get my inspiration from the builders who actually figure out ways to actually bring products and systems to life that they make a difference in the world. And I would say that collaboration between the vision, the builder, and the science behind it, that's really where I think you get the greatest collaboration.
And finally, the Thomas Edison Awards recognizes the most innovative products, services, and teams from around the world and across all markets. What does winning one mean to you?
We are sincerely humbled by this whole experience. The fact that the legacy of Thomas Edison, that we're being, put in the same sentence with a person who developed so much and had such a great vision, All I can say is we are very, very thankful for the opportunity.